I love watching anything based on Dickens as A Christmas Carol, particularly animations, and I love the films of Jules Bass and Arthur Rankin Jr. So when I discovered The Stingiest Man in Town, I was pretty excited, and I have to say, it's really good fun. This was released in 1978, and we have Walter Matthau as Ebenezer Scrooge and Tom Bosley as a character called BAH Humbug. Bah Humbug. And Humbug is a bug, an insect, and it's basically a Christmas carol told from the perspective of an insect. To be honest, the insect aspect might not even need to be there. You can very much watch this and ignore the insect. I feel like it was a method of making it a little bit more unique and a little bit quirky. The Christmas based films of Bass and Rankin Jr. tend to have quite unique angles to them, so it makes complete sense that this would be the case here. But the point being is that it is very much a Christmas carol, but every now and then, quite frequently, we do get this insect character, and I have to say it's a charming character. So if you don't want to kind of pay attention to that character and you just want to watch it for a Christmas carol, you absolutely can. But I do think that the character is pretty fun, pretty well, very well animated. Love the design of this character. With regards to the Christmas Carol aspect, it is very recognizable. My favorite is the Spirit of Christmas Present, and the designs of some of the darker spirits are absolutely wonderful. And we have Marley looking fabulous, and just everything about it I really, really thoroughly enjoyed. We have some really great songs in this as well, and it does have a Santa Claus angle to it, which I wasn't expecting. But it did work really well. Tiny Tim is adorable. Scrooge goes on this journey of realizing that he shouldn't be so much of a bah humbug at Christmas time. And if you're a fan of A Christmas Carol, I say it's a really great way to enjoy the story with a few unique takes. If you've never read or seen A Christmas Carol, I'm not going to recommend this as your introduction because it is a little bit different to the classic story. Still very enjoyable and, of course, very recognizable, but I wouldn't say make this your first experience. If you want to watch the film, there are many, many versions that are slightly more true to the story, but I also thoroughly recommend reading it because it's beautiful, it's fabulous. But if you're a fan of A Christmas Carol already and you're looking for a version you haven't seen, The Stingiest Man in Town is definitely a very unique, pretty exciting version. It's very easy to watch. It's not that emotional. Often with A Christmas Carol, I cry because there are certain scenes, as I'm sure you're aware, that are just a little bit more emotional and upsetting to deal with. But this one, not so much. That's not to say I didn't have any emotions when watching it, but it definitely had a slightly more jolly atmosphere than most other versions. But either way, whether you're looking for something that's a little bit different or just a version you haven't seen, I thoroughly recommend The Stingiest Man in Town. I had high hopes when I started watching it, and it completely met, maybe even exceeded my expectations. Truly recommended and would be very happy to watch it again.